welcome back to Design Bundle's YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Crystal, and today I'm going to show you guys how to sublimate these coasters right here. So this is a question that we get asked all the time. Can you use Cricut's Infusible inks with sublimation? And the answer is yes. So what's awesome about these is you can grab these locally usually. So you can grab these at your local craft stores, or you can even grab them from places like Amazon. You can also get blank coasters from your vendor. So say for example like JP Plus or 143 Vinyl, Heat Transfer Warehouse, places like that. So tons of different places you can order these, as well as even Condi. So we'll have these linked down below for you guys. And then what we're gonna do is we've printed out this one right here. So this is a bundle of patterns. So if you guys are a Plus member, these are only 1 Plus credit, and it comes with a ton of these watercolor patterns. Check these out. Are these not adorable? So if you guys are obsessed with chickens like I am, you're gonna love these patterns. Now you can use these patterns for all sorts of different crafts, not just sublimation, but as well as paper crafts. So, but what I did was I used DesignScape. If you guys are familiar with DesignScape, it's a free program that you guys can use. It comes with your Plus membership. So what you're able to do, if say for example, if you have an Epson printer, you could bring in 4 of these patterns on one sheet of 8.5 by 11, save that PNG and print it out. Now we do have tutorials showing you how to do that. I'll have it linked above or down below. So I've brought these in here, and then what I was actually able to do, I used my Sawgrass SG500, and what I was actually able to do was use that smart folder that's on our desktop, and I just dragged it over and dropped it. So you can use this Epson or Sawgrass. So I've printed these out. They're ready to go for us. And then what you can do to trim these down is a pair of scissors or a paper trimmer. Now say for example, if I was using a heat press, I actually would flip these over, tape them all down, and just load it all in at one time. But because I'm using my smaller Cricut Easy Press here, I'm gonna do them one at a time. So I'm going to go ahead and trim these down. So with these, I'm just gonna use scissors because I don't need to be perfect, because we're actually gonna line it up ourselves on the blank. So I'm just gonna go ahead and trim these down to size like so. One more here, just like that. All right, so now that we've clipped these down to size, we're ready to press them. So I'm gonna be using my smaller Cricut pad here. This one's kind of gunked up. I use it a lot with sublimation. So what I do is, I try to keep my dirty ones for the sublimation, because if you get ink on here, it will ruin it. But what you can actually do too is just use your parchment paper, because we're gonna use one anyways, and we're gonna create basically like a little taco shell here. So we're going to fold this in half. So we're gonna create like a sandwich, some people call it as well. Another thing is you may want to get yourself some heat gloves, because these things do get hot, and then you're going to need some heat tape. Today I'm using Cricut heat tape, and this right here I get a lot of questions on. This is the Scotch tape dispenser. You can grab these locally at some places like Staples and stuff, but we will link one down below for Amazon for you guys so you guys can find it. All right, so let's get started here. So to prep these, let's go ahead and open up our blanks here. All right, so now that we've got our blanks ready to go, the very first thing that you want to do is clean off your blanks. So you want to clean off these little coasters here. This is going to remove any sort of, lint or debris, as well as any oils in case you touched them with your hands. But taking them out of the packaging, you do get a little bit of pieces of cardboard, so definitely don't skip this step. All right, so those are ready to go. I got a few pieces here. All right, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to flip these upside down like this. So you're just going to line them up just like so. And I really do believe I could have made this design so much bigger. So I probably would have taken my sheets, taken that design, and really made sure, say for example, it's an 8.5 by 11. I would have done these squares, 8.25 wide by 8.25 wide. So that's what I would have done to make sure I had enough 8.25, 4.25, just to make sure that I had enough bleed on the sides. I do think I'm going to be okay, but it is cutting it close. So we're just going to go ahead and tape this little guy down just like so. All right. So this one is ready to go. We've got our Cricut Easy Press at 400 degrees for 60 seconds. So we're going to get ready to press our first one. So what you're doing is this blank is going to go upside down. So it's going to go on here like this, paper side up. We're going to put it in between this layer. Very important. You always want to use a piece of parchment paper to protect your heat press, because you don't want those inks to get on there. So we're ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and press this, and we're going to hit go. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a little bit of pressure, nice even pressure. When you're using your Cricut Easy Press, it's not like using the heat press where it's got that nice even pressure. You definitely want to try to keep both hands on here and keep it nice and still and even. All right, so we are almost done here. We're gonna go ahead and lift it up just like so. Just like that, get that out of our way here. And then what we're gonna do is carefully peel this. This is where those heat gloves are gonna come in handy here. I mean, you don't really have to have both of them on. You just wanna be super duper careful. That way you just have, you could use the other one by hand just like this. So that way whenever you handle it, you guys are super duper safe. These do get super hot. Remember, they're 400 degrees, just like that, super hot. So these are 400 degrees. You want to be super duper careful. But look at how gorgeous these are. These are watercolor. Oh my gosh, so cute. So I thought I would give you guys some inspiration because sometimes we see these patterns and we just don't know what to do with them. So with these patterns, like I said, you could do cell phone cases, keychains, coffee mugs. You could do full wrap coffee mugs, your tumblers. Lots of different things to do with these patterns. So there's this one, super adorable. Let's set it aside and let's go ahead and press one more. All right, so let's prep that again. We're gonna scoot that guy out of our way here. And let's go ahead and get one more. I'll bring this back in so you guys can see here just a little bit. Okay, so which one should we press next? We've got trees. We've got the chickens. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this little guy right here with the trees so I can show you guys these colors kind of popping. What I love is these are super light colors. Gorgeous. So if you touch that with your fingers, you may want to wipe it one more time. Just like so. And we're going to pop it down. So you guys can see with this pattern, I made it a little bit bigger than that one. It was so much easier to work with. I don't have to worry about where I'm placing it for that bleed line. I'm not going to end up accidentally, having white on here. So just make sure you're making them big enough. But like I said, I was able to use DesignScape to add all of these on one page, saved it as a PNG, and then I was able to print it all out at one time. So it just makes the sublimation process so easy. All right, so here we go. We've got this. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this back in. Now, I didn't get any sublimation ink on here, so we can reuse this. You can reuse this over and over and over again until you get ink on it. Once you get any sort of ink, throw it out. All right, so we're going to pop this back down one more time. Fold this over like a taco. And we're ready to press 400 degrees for 60 seconds. We're going to hit go. So once again, I'm giving it nice medium pressure. I'm keeping it nice and even, just keeping my hands in one place. So you just have to tell yourself to be still for a whole minute. All right, we are almost done here. We're going to go ahead and lift this up. Here we go. Same thing, we want to be super duper safe because like you guys seen, these things are so hot. These heat gloves right here are actually from We Are Memory Keepers, and I'll link them down below. They were so cheap, I want to say $7, and they've lasted me a long time. All right, so what I'm going to do here is carefully peel it once again, and these watercolor patterns are just gorgeous. I mean, look at those. Are they not beautiful? This would make a great gift for anybody. So maybe somebody that's getting married, maybe somebody that just recently had a baby, because these are such soft colors, a new house, warming gift, maybe make them for yourself. But this is such an inexpensive gift. I absolutely love it. This would make a great item to sell as well in your boutique or Etsy stores. And there you guys have it. How adorable is this super cute set of coasters? Once again, it would make the absolute perfect gift, whether it's a housewarming gift, a gift for yourself. They're absolutely adorable. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.